Papa Infidel, Ben the Looney, and viewers, I like Chuck Norris. I really do. I do think he's a bit overrated, but I like his movies, and I think he's a man that people should look up to and admire. He's a good martial artist, a decent actor, a family man, and a good patriot, and he makes pretty good movies. Okay, his movies aren't Oscar material, but they're not supposed to be. Much like the movies that Michael Bay directs, the movies that Chuck Norris stars in are pretty much just your standard issue popcorn, big gulp action fests. You can't really think too much about them or read too much into them, or you're not going to have any fun. That's just the way I look at it. Now, I've been a fan of martial arts movies ever since I was a freshman in high school, and I saw Bruce Lee's The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. Both of them were in Papa Infidel's DVD collection, and I had seen some stuff about Bruce Lee here and there. Never actually sat down to watch one of his movies. So I thought, well, let me just pop this in, see if this guy's any good. Yeah. Now I know that you don't just pop in a Bruce Lee movie. So, but since then, I've been getting into the movies of Jackie Chan and Jet Li and even Tony Jaa, Protector. In middle school, I had started watching some of Steven Seagal's movies, and later on in high school, I even started getting into some of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Brandon Lee stuff. But early on, I was kind of just steering myself away from Chuck Norris movies, for a little while. It wasn't for any good reason either. There was just a legion of idiots who kept trying to act like Chuck Norris is some kind of god, and that he's better than Bruce Lee just because Bruce Lee is dead. Yeah, never mind the fact that Chuck Norris actually concedes the fact that Bruce Lee was a far better martial artist than he could have ever hoped to have been. Yeah, let's just conveniently forget that fact there. But, it was the fact that they all wanted to worship Chuck Norris, and I've always been the kind of guy who wants to be the exact opposite of the in crowd, Everybody was into Family Guy and South Park. I personally still go for Simpsons and King of the Hill. Even Beavis and Butthead from time to time. Everybody played Call of Duty and other online shooter games, and they played Skyrim religiously. I like shooter games, hated Skyrim, but I also like to play games like Kingdom Hearts and Legend of Zelda. Okay? Everybody liked to take a toke in the back alley before homeroom. I didn't, because my brain used to get fried enough from trying to figure out that core math garbage that they had me in for the first 3 years of high school I had. Now, a lot of guys sagged. You've seen the video, you know my opinions about sagging. Now, basically, I avoided Chuck Norris movies for a while. So, I was talking to my dad on the phone one day, and I was talking about all the issues I was having in school, and at some point in time, I had actually blurted out the words, "faggy Chuck Norris fans." Fanboys. And he stopped the conversation right there and went, "Wait a minute, what do you have against Chuck Norris?" And I was explaining to him about these worshippers, these Chuck Norris cult followers at my high school that, looking back now, they probably just kept the whole Chuck Norris is God thing going to see how butthurt I could get. And he was like, "Chris, why don't you just watch one of his movies first and then decide if you like him or not?" Yeah, Papa Infidel's a Chuck Norris fan. Not a fanatic, a fan. Now, so a few weeks passed by, and now I'm sick and at home, and I'm flipping through channels, and I find that a Chuck Norris movie is coming on one of the Encore channels. And it was his movie, The Hitman. It was one of those Chuck Norris star vehicles that his brother Aaron directed. While the movie wasn't all that great, I was able to look at Chuck Norris and be like, okay, you know what, this guy's okay. I think I'll check out some more of his stuff later on when I get the chance. So, over the years, I have become a fan of his movies. I will concede that he's a good martial artist and a decent actor. Okay. I don't understand the point of that lame-ass Chuck Norris Fact Generator. What is that? What is that? It's just some fanatics coming up with the most absurd and lucrative crap that you've ever heard in your life to make Chuck Norris sound like a god, and they're just putting it all over the web. What is that? What is the general point of that? Could somebody please explain to me? What's really... that's all that is. That's all it is, and it makes no sense. It's like Michael Moore going on Jenny Craig. It makes no freaking sense at all. Okay, and what's really weird about the Chuck Norris Fact Generator is the fact that there are actually people who believe these so-called Chuck Norris facts. And if they don't believe it, then they just like to make total trolls out of themselves by posting that crap all over blogs and YouTube videos. Okay, am I going to start listing off some of the Chuck Norris facts? No. That would be a waste of video time. Let me just get this one point across to you people. Chuck Norris is a man. He's a married man and a Christian man. He's got some very successful movies out and a decent cult following. He's a good martial artist. He's not God.
Bonnie.
Don't freak out.
Small world, huh, Barney?
Booker? Rumor had that you were dead.
Yeah, I heard that too. So how's life treating you?
Been better. You did all this?
I fly solo. I thought you knew that.
Yeah, I heard it, but I didn't buy it.
Well, now you do. This your team?
Yeah. Gunner, Toll Road, Hail Caesar, and Maggie.
Booker, you're the one people call the lone wolf?
I've been called that, but I have mellowed.
Not that much. I heard another rumor that you were bitten by a king cobra.
Yeah, I was. But after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Hey, Booker, great to see you.